Hello everyone and welcome back to Jenna Voice. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be talking about something that is a little bit more personal to me, and that is vocal fry. See, I even got a little bit in there at the end of that fry. Anyway, so yesterday I decided to post my channel on a different forum asking for feedback. I haven't really gotten any comments on my videos thus far, so I was interested to hear what other people would think, and this was a page for professional voice teachers, so I thought I would get a good and honest opinion from reputable people. And one of the comments I got was from a woman who said, "Do you know you have vocal fry? I couldn't listen to you for more than 20 seconds because your vocal fry was so distracting." And while this was a bit of a harsh comment, I'm kind of glad that she brought it up because it is something that I am aware of. And if she noticed it, I'm sure she wasn't the only one to notice it. So I'm glad that she did bring it up, and I thought, why not talk about it in today's video? So what vocal fry is, for those of you who don't know, let's use my fingers as an example. Let's pretend these are my vocal folds or your vocal folds. So what happens when you sing or speak is that they're usually pretty taut and they will vibrate as air passes through them to create a clean sound. However, when vocal fry happens, usually they are not perfectly taut. They're a little bit limp in varying degrees depending on how bad the vocal fry is. They are not as taut as they should be, so more air is passing through them, creating these kind of gaps and these little bubbles, creating this kind of crackling sound like essentially. That is what vocal fry is. So, as you can probably hear throughout even just the beginning of this video, I have some vocal fry, and it is something that I have become more aware of, especially in the past couple of years. My most current teacher was really the first person to call me out on it. Like, pretty often we would just be talking in his office and he'd say, "Can you say that again without vocal fry?" And I'd be like, "Oh yes, yes, yes." So it is something that I know that I have, but frankly, it's not something that I'm usually conscious of, which is why I continue to do it, unfortunately. I really have to think about it to prevent it, and usually kind of raise my register a little bit to eliminate it. I think my voice naturally lies at kind of this lower mid relaxed register, if you will, and so normally if I'm not thinking about it, some vocal fry is gonna come out. Now, for singers, this can be an issue depending on how bad your vocal fry is. For me personally, I don't think it has made an effect on my ability as a singer. I don't have vocal fry when I sing, and I think that my stamina as a singer is average compared to what I hear other singers are able to do. So for me, it's something that I carry. It's something that my body's used to doing. I'd say I have a mild to maybe moderate level of vocal fry, but I don't think it's at a level that is detrimental to my ability as a singer. The fact that this topic has been brought up to me many times has really made me reflect on, why do I do it in the first place? Why do I have vocal fry? And I started to think of the sort of personal and social implications that could be related to having vocal fry. I have to be honest with you guys, it's not easy for me to speak openly and comfortably like this, even in front of a camera. Public speaking is not something that is easy for me, and so I think vocal fry is sort of a means of me putting this little wall up in between me and my audience, whether it's shyness or nervousness or this concern that I am going to sound unintelligent in some way or say something silly. I think that's definitely a part of it. In addition, I think singers have this reputation of being really loud and boisterous people, which I don't think there's anything wrong with, don't get me wrong. Personally, I don't always like to be a really loud person who has the attention drawn to me so obviously all the time. So again, I think that vocal fry is another part of that. So I decided to do just a little bit of research into vocal fry, and I found it very interesting. Even just the very first search of vocal fry on Wikipedia, whether you think Wikipedia is a reputable source or not, I think it's a pretty decent source for general information. There was a section on social implications in speech, and in particular, one of the very first things that came up was how this affects women's speech, and particularly for American women. There's this huge topic on women's speech and American women who have vocal fry, and these ideas about positive or negative implications surrounding it. And I thought it was so interesting. There are so many mixed ideas on vocal fry, on why women do it and what it perceives other people to think of them if they have vocal fry. So some people say it makes women come off as non-aggressive or hesitant if they have vocal fry, while others have said it makes them come off as educated and upwardly mobile. So I thought this idea with very polar opposite ideas relating to vocal fry and women was very interesting. So I decided to do just a little bit of more searching, and I just turned back really, and with the general search of vocal fry, all of the top articles that came up on Google were related to women and vocal fry and how it affects them in the workplace, how it affects their success rate, how it is off-putting towards men. And frankly, this came as such a surprise to me. I had no idea that vocal fry was frankly such a feminist issue. The fact that it's being talked about so much more towards women and how it affects them socially rather than men really makes it a feminist issue. And feminism is something I'm very passionate about, and I'm not trying to make this video a feminist rant, but I have to say this is incredibly interesting, and if I ever get a doctorate, this is something I'd probably want to do research on, because wow, I was completely shocked. So kind of just to switch gears a little bit, you may be asking, well, what do you do if you have vocal fry? Like, do you just accept it and live with it? And there are a lot of people who do get treatment for it, people who seek speech pathologists who help them work out of that vocal fry into a healthier way of speaking, and I think that's a really great thing. For me personally, I don't see myself seeking that sort of treatment, at least anytime soon. Like I said, I really don't think it has an effect on my abilities as a singer. However, these social implications are really kind of disturbing to me, and it's definitely making me more consciously aware of how I'm speaking in front of other people, especially people of authority and those who I'm seeking respect from. So I guess my final thoughts on this topic are, do you have vocal fry? Are you sure if you know you have vocal fry? I would suggest maybe recording yourself speaking, because a lot of the times we aren't aware that we have any vocal fry in our voice. I think the majority of the population has even just a little bit of vocal fry in their voice, their natural speech patterns. I think it's completely normal to have slight variances of it. However, at the same time, I don't want this to be something that I feel like I need to obsess over on a day-to-day basis. There's a big part of me that doesn't want to sort of force this fake speaking voice that isn't me. You know, I like who I am. I want to seem confident at a healthy level, as well as just myself and honest and real. So I thought it was really important to kind of share this story with you and my thoughts on it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I would really love to hear your thoughts. So please leave a comment down below if you have a particular story on vocal fry and your thoughts on it. And as always, please subscribe if you've not already, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.